Start this video with that stupid thumbnail joke you said earlier.
What thumbnails? Everybody's got 2 of them.
Yeah, that's the one.
Weird, right? Give me a second, I'll get used to it. A lot of you guys have been asking questions in my Twitch chat about YouTube thumbnails and what makes a good YouTube thumbnail and the kind of process that I go through to make ones for the Alpha Gaming YouTube channel. So I thought I'd take the opportunity now that I'm here in Utah for a week with Harris to sit down with him, go over some of our favorite thumbnails we've done for previous YouTube videos, and then pick one that we thought could do with a bit of love and attention and give it a bit of a redesign like we do on the channel from time to time with your streams. Also, quick reminder, if you guys aren't aware, I do stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday over on Twitch. The link to my channel is in the description down below. Feel free to come by if you have any questions about this video or need anything else video editing and motion graphic design related. I do a lot of just chatting. You can ask questions there, and I do tend to answer a few of them. And if you guys find the video helpful, engaging, and informative in any way, then be sure to drop a comment, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. It greatly supports what I do, and I greatly appreciate it. But now that's out of the way, let's jump into the video and start talking thumbnails. So YouTube thumbnails, big important part of the entirety of making videos on YouTube. They are probably, would you say they're more important than titles and descriptions, or they're kind of on par with that?
There's definitely like the thumbnail, title, then actual content relationship. It's interesting because the first contact, when people are scrolling through their subscription feed, it's the thumbnail that catches their eye first and gets them to read the title. So in that sense, because it's like the first point of contact, it is probably one of the most important. It's hard because there's more variables to it than that. Because I think once you read the title, that can ruin it.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually the title that will get people to click the video, but they're not going to read the title usually unless it's got a good thumbnail.
Yeah.
And you have to have a title and a thumbnail that like work together. They got to be a team. It's really interesting.
Yeah. We're going to look through the videos we've done on the Alpha Gaming channel because we've done a fair few. We've done a lot of thumbnails. I think we can kind of go through and see what we've done in the past and pick our favorites. Let's see which ones work really well from, the content perspective as well as with the thumbnail and the title, and pick out ones that maybe didn't do so well and see if we can maybe, lift them up a little bit and give them a bit more of attention.
Yeah, redesign a bad thumbnail.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the
cool
play. Okay, well, number one, I know this vividly because probably the best thumbnail I've ever done for any video, and it is this one here. I had so much fun making that, just from the perspective that I did some things that I didn't think were possible. Everything in that photo is just manipulation. There is nothing like it's all stock images.
I think your favorites are going to be different than mine. Yours are going to come from like a graphical standpoint.
Creative standpoint in that
Mine
sense,
are 100% about like which one makes me want to click on it. One of my favorites is actually a really simple one. This simple one. Usually it's the simple ones. Like these two are some of my favorites. This one, like this was real. Like I answered this question. It was not clickbait.
Yeah.
So this combination of title and thumbnail, like literally this thumbnail makes me look like a huge douchebag. And it was supposed to be, it literally was supposed to like, the title was why I don't raid small streamers. And then the thumbnail was supposed to be like it's cause this. Yeah, like people are clicking on it being like, oh, I want to hate this guy. Obviously I do raid small streamers, but like you can't not click on that.
Yeah, you explain why.
And these two for me are kind of like the same. Like here's a Dear Streamers Let's Talk and gazing into your soul.
It looks a sincere face. It's like you're trying to kind of connect with them on a personal level.
What's another favorite of yours?
Another one of my favorites has got to be, I like this one. Does your CPU even matter anymore? Simply because you're not holding any CPUs in that.
I thought I was holding one.
You're holding one, then I copied and pasted it between all your fingers, and the amount of hassle it was to get that to do, and I'm so proud of it because it looks good.
Yeah, it looks real.
Yeah,
I remember how many pictures I took. I had to like spread my fingers out.
You nearly break your fingers to try.
I literally had to spread my fingers out so wide just to like, is this gonna fit a CPU?
Yeah. But that from a creative standpoint was a nice one because I feel like I've been doing this a lot lately. I think you actually kind of see there is a kind of gradual change.
Yeah.
Where we've kind of gone into this new era of like really engaging thumbnails, in my opinion. I think this is really
changed.
Cool. Me.
You started making thumbnails, yeah. I used to make all the thumbnails, then you started making all the thumbnails.
So I think we can attribute that to me.
Another good one for me is honestly the Fiverr one.
Yeah.
And this is another one for me. It's like you asked me earlier, like what should this thumbnail be? And my answer was, well, what's the title?
Yeah.
Because it has to these Fiverr videos, people, you have to understand, you have to think about the people that are clicking on the video, the Fiverr, like people who are interested in seeing, oh, did he get something good or did he get something bad? That's the intrigue of a Fiverr. So we went through and you picked a different photo and I said, no, find a frame where I look just confused at what I'm seeing. I need that to be in there because I want people to be like, oh, did he get something bad?
Yeah.
And that's because that's what gets people to click on it. And that's a big thumbnail and title combination.
So let's find one that we didn't really think performed that well. Going through here, is there anything that kind of calls to mind?
There was a decision that I remember I made when I said that's going to be the thumbnail, and it was a bad decision.
What's that one?
And it was the Ninja redesign one.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. I remember I feel like it was like looking back, like I remember it feeling like a kind of a hasty decision. Like I loved the design you made and it was bright and flashy. I was like, perfect, that's the one.
Yeah.
But as you look at it, like on the scale of all the things, it's just a big flashy mess.
Yeah.
It doesn't create any intrigue.
There's no context.
You have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
It's just shapes. And it's got Japanese letters on it, which say pon, but like, they're also like, you can't really read them when it's small.
Yeah.
That's a big thing that like when you send me thumbnails, I shrink them down to the size. Say, when I'm looking at this, does it look like a mess? Do I get an idea of what it is and I want to see more? And it doesn't do any of that. It's just a bright colored mess. I thought this video was going to do really well.
Yeah, so did I.
We did a redesign before then. Oh, you did this one right here.
It was this one.
That just blew up.
Yeah.
And then I thought like, oh, this is Ninjas.
This is Ninjas.
If we redesigned viewers streams and it blew up, imagine if we redesigned Ninjas and my decision on the thumbnail 100% let us down.
I think if we learn from these other ones, I think we can update this one really well.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be the next thing we do.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna start designing then.
Ninja's video and redesign was a pretty big deal to me. It was the first full-scale redesign that I had done on the channel. So the thumbnail has to look really good, it has to look clickable, and it has to show off a little bit of what the content is inside of the video. And as Harris said, the current thumbnail just looked messy. It looked like a bunch of vibrant colors, didn't have any context, so it made no sense for the viewer to actually click on the video. Which goes to show that thumbnails don't need to have flashy, bright colors or text that screams at you. Sometimes being minimal and simple works really well. So I decided to do that. I jumped into Affinity Photo and started to work on an image of Ninja for the primary focus of the thumbnail. From there, I went to go to screen grab from the design video that shows the process of building his intermission screen, which I made in the video. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen that video, link over here and in the description. Over time, doing the thumbnails, I've learned a few tricks when it comes to creating depth, and one way I like to do it is by using gradient overlays. Some kind of separation between the background and the foreground helps the viewer associate and distinguish elements of the thumbnail really, really easily. And gradients are a great way to introduce this level of separation because you introduce color into the image without making things too over vibrant and just making things a colorful mess. From here, I actually jump between Affinity Photo and Affinity Designer to do a couple of really cool elements that I use in the thumbnail. I actually used a cogwheel inside of Affinity Designer to create this kind of sun ray effect coming out of Ninja to make him stand out from the rest of the thumbnail. That's another really useful way to create and define elements inside of your thumbnail, like using outer glows, using shapes in this particular way, using these different things to create that level of separation and create depth inside of your thumbnails. Now remember, thumbnails are about this big, or this big, or this big. Oh, you know what I'm trying to say. They're going to be small. YouTube will shrink these things down, so bear that in mind. Don't be afraid to make things big and use these tools and these elements to make things pop in your thumbnail. We originally felt text would be a really good option for this thumbnail, so I jumped in and made a text element that said clean overlay. On the subject of adding text to thumbnails, I really just want to get something off my chest right now. Don't put your YouTube title in your thumbnail. I see so many people on YouTube doing this thing by putting their title into their thumbnail, hoping it makes it more clickable, but it doesn't. All it does is it makes the text tiny, makes it unreadable, and therefore makes it unclickable because you're not giving the viewer any context what's going on in the video. A good tip to do is to use buzzwords that aren't in your title in your thumbnail to get those clicks. For example, something like a question mark or indeed a price tag, if you are doing a video which is comparing two different products, is a great thing to include in your thumbnail because it creates a level of intrigue and interest so the viewer will click on it. Over time, we fell into agreement that text really wasn't working for this thumbnail, so we decided on working on different elements of the thumbnail, like the background, to make things pop a lot more. We decided that making the eyes glow might be a great way to start on adding that extra level of detail. So in Affinity Photo, I made a copy of the layer and just masked out his eyes and applied a color overlay and an outer glow to create the glowing eye. Again, not quite there yet. It needed something more. So I went to Google and I searched for lens flares. Hey, if you want to make a thumbnail pop, use lens flares. They are so underrated and so underused, it's crazy. I threw this onto one of the eyes in the thumbnail and tweaked the blend modes to create the perfect looking glow on one of the eyes. A much better thumbnail overall, but we are missing one key important element. A big pointy arrow. Because nothing says, look at me, more than big pointed arrows. Trust me, it may be a simple thing, but it works. Cool. It's time to show Harris and see what he thinks of it.
So this was the first one that you redid. One of the main things we wanted to change is we wanted Ninja's face on it.
Yeah, that was number one.
Like that's just you can't do a ninja thing and not have a ninja. We fixed that with the Pokemon one. The next one, we put Pokemon's face. It got 10 times the amount of views.
We learned from our mistakes.
That was a mistake.
Ninja's face wasn't on there.
And we started with text because sometimes text can be really, eye-grabbing. Yeah. People read it. Felt like there wasn't a lot of intrigue on this one. Like we're already saying in the title, Ninja's redesigned overlay. Yeah. And then we tried to go with something. I think saying clean overlay was my suggestion. Yeah. Because I wanted people. I was trying to think about who would be the kind of people to click on this, and I don't think it would be so much Ninja fans as it would be people wanting to get inspiration for their own designs, to appreciate how a professional stream looks. Yes. How can I apply that into mine? And clean overlay might be like, oh, I want a clean overlay. Let's see this. One thing I do a lot is when I look at thumbnails, I like to shrink them down to like the size of when I'm looking at a subscription feed. Yeah. Sometimes big blown up details when they're small, you don't notice them. Exactly. And I just realized you don't really notice the Ninja back here. I feel like the word clean overlay doesn't add to anything. So then we got this next version. I wanted people to look at the thumbnail and go, oh, what did they do? Yeah. And see the thumbnail and just feel like I have to see what they did. I have to click on this. Yeah. I have to know what they did. But one thing that we did on his overlay that I was trying to highlight here is the Ninja's right eye or left, this eye. Yeah. It winks. Yes. Right? And so I wanted to showcase, I wanted people to look at the thumbnail and go, what does his eye do? I wanted it to kick it up a notch. And we landed on this guy.
This guy, I really like this. It's simple enough to make people want to go, what's this about? It creates the intrigue and the interest we talk about, but it doesn't reveal a lot. And it's just, at a smaller scale, it's really, really clickable. The big arrow does kind of help that as well.
Yeah. So in this one, obviously we got Ninja's face on the left. We got a super overkill eyeball. So when you shrink it down to size, you can tell something's going on with that eye. Yeah. And then obviously pointing out, trying to say, hey, look, we did something here with this overlay. That wasn't just, we didn't accidentally make his eye shine bright. Yeah. We did something here. Yeah. So that was the intrigue that I wanted, and this is the one that this is what we landed on. Yeah.
Again, it's aiding the title, and it's not kind of going against it or kind of working against it. It's showing off, it's giving people an insight into what the video could be about.
They complete each other.
There we go. Exactly.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
As much as we learn with every thumbnail, there's always going to be mistakes we make. There's always going to be thumbnails that I think oh, that's a good thumbnail, and then it's just not. No, yeah. But I think this is an improvement.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's throw it up.
Let's throw it up. Let's put it on there. That looks so much. Look at the before and after there. Yeah. That one. Yeah. Look at that. That's crazy.
That's so much better.
If you guys got any questions about the kind of design process and how we did these thumbnails and kind of seeing more behind the scenes, I do stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Twitch. Links are in the description for that. And also, if you want to get more insights from a larger creative community with an amazing Discord, links for that also in the description down below. And once again, guys, do you want to actually finish off with happy streaming?
And as always, happy streaming.
Oh.